Doing the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is back. We are here for, well, a semi-wet morning. We're going to get showers, Odie, somewhere around 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's projected time. And let me do my little clause. It's Mother Nature. It can happen anytime, but we're expecting the worst 1 to 4. And if you are traveling west, y'all be careful. Look at this over, we're getting near Funroe, Louisiana. Bastrop, those areas there, Ruston.
Man. Yeah, they are getting slammed right now.
Selma, it's pretty rough there in Selma, Alabama as well. We even got a little bit in Philadelphia and Kemper counties and over around Jackson, Mississippi. So some areas that we need to be careful with if you're traveling today. We don't want you to get...
But coming in the morning or later on today, hopefully tomorrow will be looking a little bit better.
Right.
But let's get through today and be careful. Safe while you're driving.
You've been talking about this for, I don't know, 2.5 months. That it's coming.
Talk about Mother Nature on her home time.
You finally got a grandbaby.
We finally got a grandbaby Friday.
Let's show this little fella. What's his name?
His name is Carson James Turner, and he came in to greet us in this world Friday at I think it was 8:56. He was 6 pounds, 12 ounces, and 19 and a half inches long. Very good baby, happy granny right there. But we had so many false calls, and then they called and said, all right, we're going to the hospital. So we left, and I told her, I said, we'll get everything ready. Then we got a call and said, it's going to be late tonight or early in the morning. Good deal. So we were able to get through, and then all of a sudden, bam, they called and said, where are y'all? And they said, we're just crossing over the Alabama line. Well, hurry is all we got to say.
So the baby got here before you got there.
Just a little bit. But
that's okay.
Technology, we were about an hour away, but we were still being able to get on our phone and use that FaceTime, and we got to see him before, and then we were able to hold him for a good time that night.
There you go.
Mom and Daddy's doing great, and that baby's blessed for having those parents.
I know somebody in radio named Carson James.
Oh.
Radio
This was her grandfather. It had some family ties, and that's what they went with. So it fit, looks just like, I'm a spitting image of his daddy. And,
well, congratulations to y'all. I'm glad you had
Thank you.
Someone mentioned they saw me near Bailey yesterday with 3 sheriff's deputies. Yes, it was. They responded to a domestic dispute. Can't tell who was it right or wrong, but brought the sheriff's department out.
Well,
And, we were in the neighborhood in case things went bad.
That's tough.
You just never know with those things. Domestic disputes do happen all the time there. For the intensity of we're getting an upgrade here from the National Weather Service as we look back at this on radar, Odie. Up in Philadelphia, it just moved up to a level 3. And you see that red dot? That's a 4. Let's move in on this and show you exactly where that is. This is going to be this Highway 491 is where that is. Right along in there, where it meets 486. Y'all be careful, 491, 486 in the curve.
Whew.
Up by Ricky Wayne's house. Ricky and Laura, that's exactly where Mars Hill Church sits right here. So that area there up to Highway 16 is thick and thicker as we get this upgrade for the rest of this being a level 3 into Kemper County over to Preston. Look at that, up by the Indian Mounds and all the way to the county line over there at Edinburgh. So careful is an understatement that we've got to give out. School buses are rolling.
Yeah, it's going to pass. Just hang in there.
A lot of things went thump in the middle of the night. We're going to be telling you about those coming up this morning.
Some thumping stuff.
Yeah. Any other big news for you this weekend?
Yeah, no, that was it. We spent a lot of time at the hospital, and baby Carson got home yesterday.
Well, another thing, we're one step closer, Odie, as we slide down to take a look at this. We are now sitting at top 5 American Idol.
Yeah.
Should this happen, is tonight, isn't it?
Tonight. So if y'all want this man to get it, vote. And if he does end up in top 3, then there's some activities that will be taking place downtown Wednesday. Hopefully the city will get us information on exactly the who, what, where, when, to know where everybody needs to go, at what time everybody needs to be there. So hopefully we'll get that information. The sooner, the better, so everybody can get their plans underway. But big deal for Meridian, big deal for these kids at Crestwood, to be able to look and say, if I put my mind to it, look what I can do this too. And if he changes one life, it's worth it.
It is. We just got word that if he wins tonight, the parade will begin at 5:30 and will last, and the concert beginning at 7 o'clock. And if he wins, everything will be released tonight, I think pretty much immediately afterwards, so everybody can start planning if this does happen. Now, let's be honest about it. He's in if you were to have Vegas odds on it, the odds are pretty high that he's going to be in the top 3.
Yeah. We see that. But still, you don't just say, hey, go vote. If you want to see him go farther, you've got to vote.
We got any bookie joints left in Meridian?
I think there's 3 or 4 downtown.
We might need to go
by there. Yeah, let's see what we got going on.
What the odds are.
Double down.
Yeah. So we wish him luck on all this. This is big for Meridian. We're tickled to death. We have had so much talent roll out of our town.
Yeah.
Possibility of another one. They're going to start paying attention to Meridian and what we have.
That's right. That's exactly it.
We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome to Kia Meridian.
We're a family-owned business that has been serving the community for 25 years.
If you're looking for a new Kia, we have them. And if we don't, we'll find it.
No stress, no hassle, just the best deals. And right now we can get rates as low as 0%.
Shop local, get the car you want. And be a part of the Kia Meridian family.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and we wanted to also bring this up should this happen. Tuesday, Julia, that girl, is going to be leading a charge with colors and pencils.
Yeah, I'm talking about, got to do everything's provided. The signs, the colors, the magic marker, all that good stuff to do some signs for him for the parade. So if he moves forward tonight, 3:30 to 6 p.m. tomorrow at Dumont Plaza. Come by there, and ACES, Arts and Community Event Society, will have all this provided for you to make signs for him as he comes in.
I hope that works out there. It'll be a good community event working together.
Yeah.
So show your pride in Meridian. And again, if he wins tonight, 5:30 Wednesday to 7:30. A lot of folks are looking forward to it, and we'll have details should that happen after the win there. So
Good deal.
Yeah, it is. It is a Monday in Meridian, Mississippi. As we begin our day, we welcome each of you from all parts of the world watching today.
Hope you got to spend time with Mama.
Yeah,
I missed it, but I called her, and I'm going to make up for that today. But she understood why I couldn't be there yesterday.
You were bringing the next generation in there.
Yeah, I said, Mama, your great grandson was here.
Do you remember the redheaded that was Jen? How do you pronounce her name? Jen Paca. That was
that she was the White House speaker for what's his name?
For Biden. And let me show you a picture. This is from Daily Mail. This is her picture. Y'all remember her? Yeah. Believe it or not.
Doing something else with her?
Well, she got a job at MSNBC replacing Rachel.
Oh, well, nobody's going to watch her either.
Well, here's the problem. How bad is it that your ratings are lower than hers? Then she's the newbie on the block, and she had less ratings than Rachel Maddox. Woof. Boy, that's got to make you feel about yay tall. She completed her first full week from Tuesday to Friday, and it tanked.
A dog sniffing the rear end of another one gets more information than anybody off of MSNBC does.
I've never watched it. I don't know much about it there. But that is the truth of that matter there. Went down there. And again, we mentioned this during the first show today. It's in the preliminary stages, but folks, something good is about to happen. Yeah. We've been getting whooped on tariffs for many, many, many years, millions upon dollars, and it looks as though we're in a 90-day kind of a cease working relationship with China now on the tariffs.
Let's see what this is. And this was the plan. He didn't want 100 and something percent. He didn't want that. But how else are you going to get China to the table? Because nobody else would have done this. Our previous administration didn't care. So here they are. They said, wait a minute, let's do this good for both of us. So we've both canceled the tariff raising. Now, there's still a 33% tariff on Chinese goods. There's a 10% tariff on U.S. goods. But for 90 days, they're going to sit down and talk and come up with a game plan. And that's bringing medication manufacturing over here. That's bringing other manufacturing over here where it needs to be. We need to be a self-sufficient country.
Did you understand what also that I talked about where he's signing an executive order? And this is just so wrong in so many ways. That pharmaceutical companies make billions each year. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
If the United States pays 10% more, 10 times more than any other country when it comes to medication. And he has signed an executive order to where the U.S. will pay what other countries pay. Your medicine prices should drop drastically. And as I mentioned on this, it is a shame that we have, especially people on fixed incomes, that have to choose in between paying their light bill or their medication. I had one that I went to Dr. Haley the other day, and he said, well, let's just see what it costs. And I can't pay it. It's $649 for one pill, and I can't pay that.
That's crazy.
And so I got to do without it. I don't think I'll die, but it would probably help me. But
it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, we got to think about this, too, because we see a lot of greed over here in the United States. Because we get our medicines cheaper from China, those in charge of it over here in the United States, that means you pay less, we pay less. So that trickle down is what we need to make sure happens. That's like everybody charged all this extra. The price of everything went up here the last week. Why? You hadn't been charged anything more. And the tariffs hadn't hit you yet. You're just sitting there going, I found a way we can screw the pot and try and bring in some extra money. We're going to blame it on the tariffs. And now you see that this is not working, that the tariffs are being put on hold.
And most of this stuff has been sitting in embargo. It has not gotten off the ships because everybody was kind of waiting to see what happened.
Yeah.
Now, the next disastrous thing that I brought up with all of this is we right now, on the Republican side, and I say we as in the United States right now, that party that is pushing the president's agenda to lower cost control the House and the Senate. And I mentioned this morning, 5 bills have only landed on his desk since he's been there, and all of these other things he's done by executive order. If Congress does not act and the House does not act upon this, it could be disaster in the midterm. Should they lose it, they would not have control of both.
And this will go away
And
in
all of these
years.
it'll go away. And what we're seeing now will vanish. Somebody better get their ducks in a row. They did this that first term that he was in there because there were so many Republicans against him, and they don't realize sometimes you have to suffer a little bit to gain more. And that's where we are on all of this.
I think that was God's intentions last for. To show us what could happen, and he allowed someone else to win, and we saw the devastation that the United States took.
I put it in terms of a kid out on the playground that bully want your lunch money, and if you give it every time, he's a winner. If you cower down and walk away, it will forever happen. Every now and then you got to draw in the sand there like Opie did, and
that's right.
Face it. That's just fact. Sometimes that you'll get a little pain in the beginning, but to advance you have to do. It's just like punishment for your children. It hurts you. Now y'all know this as well as I do. It hurts you to punish your children when they do wrong, but sometimes you got to have a little pain so they will know the answer later in life. It's a lesson learned.
Quit giving trophy. There's you a trophy. You do something wrong, you just earned a trophy for sure. Wanted to stick with you on your rear end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Early this morning, Odie, we had an accident down in Clark County. This would be at the intersection right there at Enterprise, 514, 513. It was an accident there, and they were able to pull the car out, and they were able to drive it home. There are no major injuries, thank goodness there, but slick roads will cause that. Overnight, they had to do it on foot. They had to leave the car behind and hoof it.
Ruh-roh.
Right there at the Cefco in Collinsville, shoplifting occurred. She would take off. She would commence to running across the road. Deputies chased. She was taken into custody. We have not gotten a name at this point as to what it was, or if it was just a box of Twinkies. We don't know what it was, but it was shoplifting. They ran from the police. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's deputies, once they arrived on scene.
It wasn't worth it, whatever it was.
No.
So, man.
Nothing like them foot chases, is it?
That's there's if you're hungry, I get it, but there's so many places, so many churches that will make sure that you've got food.
And a lot of times it has nothing to do with being hungry. It's a challenge to get something.
That's all it is. It's the rush.
And Carl, I have to agree with that. Years ago, we never had to sit through those. This may cause diarrhea, and ask your doctor to subscribe. Why are we having to watch that?
Our doctor should say, "Here's an ailment, and here's something that we can fix it." But no, now everybody in the world goes, "Hey, doc, what about this new medicine? Can I have it? Can I have it?" And the doc says, "If you'll shut up, you can have it."
And the odds are we can't even pronounce these names.
No.
They asked me the other day what I was on. I said, "Are you kidding me?"
I don't know. I got a list for you.
Y'all gave them to me. You got 4 of them there. I ain't took nothing else.
It ought to be on my record.
I have no idea what that stuff means or what they do. Maybe I trust too much, but I don't have time to sit down.
They just say, take it and you throw it in.
Yeah, that's if I remember to do it. I have not done that this morning. You have to remind me in a little while.
Yeah, I'll start mixing it in with your coffee.
And he'd do it too. He'd grind it up.
I sure would.
Be like poor Fred the dog.
Was that, you're all right, just go and sit down. Woo, that would be bad.
Oh, it would be. We'll be right back. Good morning to you. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. I'm trying to get
Congressman.
No. That we were talking about commercials during this, and it's that woman that dances in the street to those pharmaceutical things, and her AOC is something is lowered, and you told me no that she was a congressman.
Yeah, I thought
different.
Different AOC.
There's so many
That's
products.
a diabetic medicine, I believe.
All
right. No, that Provectus for a dog.
Whoops. But y'all, seriously, as national television has changed, people don't watch television per se like they used to. It is doing this, and commercials are not as effective on regular television anymore like they used. But when you do see a commercial, sometimes
they'd be effective if somebody watched it.
Well, it would, but they're lacking that.
Yeah.
But you'll watch a commercial, and I don't know who they're hiring, and you watch it and you sit back and you go, well, I wonder what they were advertising. Yeah. Have you ever watched a commercial like that, and they're trying to get an agenda across, and they fail the product?
I think with Bewitched, if we bring Durwood back, I think he'd do a good job, because that's what he did. He was an advertiser. Him and Larry.
Larry.
Yeah. Ozempic. It wasn't Ozempic, I don't think. Wegovy, Barbara, I think you're right.
It's that woman that dances in the dress. Yeah. And she has all these people changing her.
I think it may be Wegovy.
I don't know.
Or it may be Ozempic. It's one of those two anyway.
But
Jardiance, that's exactly it, Christy. Thank you.
A16.
It is Jardiance. Yep.
I don't know what that is. I'd have to have
even
dictionary.
Cindy got it. I remember now as they dancing around. Jardiance.
And if you'll notice, they've changed women, and it's the same person singing. I don't know if you caught on to that.
She can sing too. Maybe they could do
it's
us
the same voice. Let's go to a situation that happened. I came up on it on 23rd, and I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I did notice there was a mailbox missing and everything else across the yard, and a tree hit. Oof. The police were everywhere, so I pulled over, and let me just show you here what we got here, Odie. This is 23rd Avenue. They're down here talking.
I've seen that house.
Yeah. I think it's apartments, if I'm not mistaken. But it was even more popo than this originally. Ooh. They were everywhere on this, and you go, well, what was going on? It was a Dodge Challenger that might have taken all this out and fled the scene. And then one block over, ooh, what's this? There it is.
Well then.
The car was found. Did I show that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have missed the button there. Let me show you this. I may not have showed that. Let me back up. Here's where they found the car. And you'll see that, and I'll go to the still picture of this. There was several things left in the automobile. The car was traced back to Marion. I don't know if the person fled the scene. The license plate went back to Marion, Mississippi. We don't know whose car it was, but they fled the scene and did all of this, and someone showed up later to claim the car. I don't know what become of it, but there were several items that I don't think you can have all that laying on the seat when they fled the car. So maybe we'll get us another report there as police look into the car there. They almost had it hid.
If the dumpster got in the way.
Yeah, if they could have limped it behind the dumpster there, it might have stayed hid just a little bit longer there. But you got to be careful with that. I did get a report early Saturday morning that this car had been stolen. Let me show you this, Odie. This is a nice car.
Yeah.
Camry, as we'll see here. We put the bulletin out, and it wasn't long to where police were in a foot chase on Old Marion Road. And as we go there, here's the police in the curve there. The road is blocked. There's Newell standing there, and as we'll see here, Lewis Wrecker arrives and they found the car hidden, and as they approached it, the guy ran.
Well, I see another picture coming up on there talking about Moody has got his buddy with him.
What's his name?
The dog?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the dog's name is.
He has attitude adjustment sometimes there.
Well,
if he says the word, he comes after you.
If Moody can control him, and if he lets go of that thing, you're caught. That's all I'm going to say.
That dog's fast.
Yeah.
Jake who?
I don't know. I'm not going to go pet it.
Me
I don't
either.
even want
I'm like walking by the. I don't
like
like because he barks at me every time I get near the police car.
Cliff Holloway had one back at his sheriff's department when we still had dog. Let me tell you, that thing liked to come through a glass window and get anybody. It didn't like everybody.
But he can say, "Hush, it's Scotty Ray," and he'll calm down.
You know,
well, Usher, I'm glad you're here.
But dog's thinking, it's Scotty Ray. It's Scotty Ray.
There's the car being hauled away. It's missing the left front tire, by the way.
Oh, so that's why they had to park it.
They had to go ahead and tear it up for her. But that did happen. Stolen vehicle. It was stolen around 1:30 in the morning, and then it was found. I think I was there around 8 o'clock Saturday morning.
That's tough.
One of the many things that happened there. We had a city truck involved in a minor accident on Friday. Nothing major. A little bump.
Oh, well,
that's 18th Avenue as you come over the bridge there by Mike Rice.
Yeah.
Right there. Again, it was nothing to it, but we went ahead and stopped. Done a Kodak moment.
Had to do a Kodak moment.
You have to check these things out every once in a while. Let's see. As we get toward this, and there were so many things that were canceled on Saturday. Well, Friday night we had to cancel Full Moon on 5th.
Yep, had the weather.
That girl has not given us a new date yet. I'm sure that they're all trying to get together.
Yeah.
And figure out a new date for that, reschedule that. We look forward to that. Say it.
Touch a truck.
Yes, that's harder than you think. It was going to be at Highland Park last Saturday from 10 until noon, and I think it's moved to this coming Saturday, the same time frame at Highland Park. So we look forward to that. Kids always love that out there.
Yeah, take your kids, they can look in the trucks, climb on a truck, see what it looks like on the inside. Good thing for the kids. Good thing for adults, too.
I don't know much about up-and-coming rockers, but we got somebody that is in deep stuff. Rockstar's career is over, you might say.
Yeah.
A group called Saturn. The lead singer has been caught underage children. And I'll leave it at that. You can fill in the blanks on the rest of it. He's in some deep stuff. As young as 7 years old. Yeah.
He needs to see a judge, and it's not any that we can provide down here, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean by that. That is just so wrong.
And there's going to be people going, oh, he's just sick. You got that right, and we've got the cure. Just saying. I think it comes in a shot of lead.
Oh, well, what's his name?
Doctor can prescribe it.
We had an execution, I forget what state it was, that he chose a firing squad for his death sentence, and now his attorneys are trying to sue the state because it was a little off. Now, it worked. It was very effective, but if you had a circle, it was a quarter of an inch maybe off from that mark, and they're wanting to sue over that. I kid you not. Enough said. We'll be right back.
Man.
That'll get your dandruff up, won't it?
Oh, yeah.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And we were discussing and realized that neither one of us have ever seen this movie before. I've seen bits and pieces now.
Yeah, just a little, but not all at one time.
Won like 7 or 8, 10, 15 Academy Awards on Golden Pond. Do y'all remember that?
Yep. Katharine Hepburn.
She was born today back in 1907.
And was it Turner? Wasn't he the one in there with him?
Ted Turner? No, that was Fonda.
Yeah, Henry Fonda. That's right. That's
he had that voice. Was he rowing the boat or was she rowing the boat?
I think, now that you say that, I can't remember for sure.
Again, I didn't watch all of it. It just wasn't quite
I can't either.
What I wanted to watch. But a lot of you enjoyed that. The filthiest man that ever took a microphone and become a comedian was born today.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to word it?
No, he was funny until the filter just got clogged up and you couldn't hear nothing else. But
it was just
all that. It was
George Carlin,
and definitely has nothing for God. And
he was atheist. I did not know that.
Oh yeah. So
well, I learned something today.
Yeah, that pushed me off a little bit. But,
we can just go ahead and get rid of him from now on. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, well, he believes in him now.
Yeah, I bet so.
Because he's a little warm.
What Hank Jr. sang about that one time was called an attitude adjustment.
That's it.
I Can Help.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody remember a guy named Billy Swan?
Yeah.
He was born today. And I don't know anything else he ever done.
I'm trying to remember the rest of the song, but I remember I Can Help.
It would do you good.
I can help. That's it.
That's all I think the song said. That's all we know.
Oh, man.
Do y'all remember watching The Gambler?
I seen The Gambler.
And did you ever watch Scarecrow and Mrs. King?
I tried. I couldn't do it.
The concept, let's back up. A housewife is a secret FBI agent who will leave cooking to run out.
Yeah, and make it back to feed everybody.
What husband would believe that?
Yeah, you wasn't at the TJ&Y.
Bruce Boxleitner was born today, and of course he was in all of that with Kenny Rogers and went on that Scarecrow, Mrs. King. But the show was just really not believable.
It was like one episode or something like that. I couldn't watch it, and every time it come on TV, we'll find something else.
Yeah, but he done good in the Gambler series, but it wasn't my pick either.
That was before Kenny had
Botox, permanent Botox. Yeah. 1955, this guy would be born. He was one half of a duo. He was awful by himself. Couldn't get a hit, couldn't get a record deal, nothing. So they decided to put A and B together, and they ended up with an A+, as Brooks and Dunn. Kix Brooks born on this day. And you'll remember him. He done filled in for Bob Kingsley for a few years after that on American Country Countdown.
Well, I tell you, the duo came together, and oh boy, was that good.
They are a good group of guys. They have 2 different tour buses. They don't ride in the same one together.
Well, they did make amends, though, and come back together. So that's good. Probably still on 2 buses.
Right. All I have to do is dream.
Dream, dream, dream.
See, he knew the next verse there. That's all we know of that one. 1958, it was the #1 song. Anybody remember the Everly Brothers? Let me warn you, they didn't look like that later in life.
No.
No, sirree, Bob.
TG&Y. What did it stand for, Miss Mary? Toys, games, and yo-yos.
Yeah. That's the best of my knowledge.
Yep. That was back in the day where you go shopping with Mama in the grocery store, anything else. Mama, I'll be at the toy aisle. We went to the toy aisle, and you didn't leave that toy aisle until
You
Mama
stayed.
finished her grocery shopping, and then she'll come to that toy aisle, and you better be at that toy aisle. You know,
That's right.
come on. They'll whoop you by the milk with a belt, boy. It wasn't none of this, oh, I'm going to take you to court. We didn't have that. We
you
was
got in trouble.
raised.
1962, Barney would make the cover of TV Guide.
Nipping it in the bud, what he was doing.
Old Barney. He done good in that role, didn't he?
You know, I mean, looking at him, you wouldn't believe, but you know, they say that he was a ladies' man.
Oh, I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
They were standing in line.
Yeah.
Well, Barney was worth a little small fortune, you know.
Well, yeah,
It's
he
amazing
was.
how looks can help you with the opposite sex.
You mean the green looks?
The green looks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That money brings them in. Lottery window with one tooth. He got them lined up.
Oh, he's got to do is put a new roof on that double wide with that lottery money, and he'll be all right. Well,
And I don't understand it, but so many of them will go through millions upon millions in a short time and have nothing left.
Yeah.
Yeah, just blow it. They're still around somewhere harassing an audience because it was 65. They recorded I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Mick Jagger and the rest of them.
And, you know, they outlived some of these people who exercised and chased each other around in them real shorty shorts, you know.
That's right.
And they're still here.
Yeah, they sure are. Stephen Baldwin, the almost normal one of the Baldwins, has a birthday today. Now, his acting career wasn't as big as the others, but he's almost kind of normal. Or at least I don't see him yelling at people.
No, and boy, that's a whole nother show.
Now, of Westerns, this ranks up there pretty high.
Yes, it does.
Amelia Estevez. Charlie Sheen is his brother. They all got different last names somehow or another. But I think they all need family therapy because I need therapy for just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
But Emilio was born today back in '62. Young Guns, one of the best there was.
That was a good movie. Both
Yeah.
of them. Man.
Like that a lot. We go back to Trudy. Do you remember Trudy from? No, it's not Trudy. What was her name from?
Tootie.
Tootie.
Yeah.
Like Tudy.
Totty, I believe.
Okay, Too. Okay.
Something like that. But
Yeah.
she was on.
Y'all remember her? Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. Which
She
the
got to
Facts
be
of
real pretty.
Life. The Facts of Life. Yes,
That
she
was the
did.
song.
Wow, I'd have never seen
You can't. I can't see it. Can
No,
you?
not at all. Huh.
Well, that makeup and them filters do things to you, Odie.
Yeah, I see some people on Facebook going, "Great, that is not you. I know you."
Back in '66, the last episode of The Munsters aired.
Oh, and Grandpa.
And what do you call that little monster?
Eddie Monster.
Little Eddie there.
Yeah. And then Big Herman, you know, he.
That was quite
You
the
can
show.
tell I watched a lot of the Monsters.
The Munsters.
Yeah.
It's all wrong, but it's all right. It
It's
went
all
number
right.
one today. Our favorite, A Lady Among Ladies,
Man.
Dolly,
Oh,
back in
Dolly.
'78 today. That was a good song. If you hadn't listened to that in quite a while, go back and hear that one there. The final episode, we do have a spelling mishap coming up, so don't panic. It's going to be okay.
It's a Monday. Y'all expect anything different?
The last episode of The Incredible Hulk, last time he turned green. Or at least before DC Comics got over to it and really ruined it.
And boy, did that just. Hello.
Is it me you're
Is
looking
it
for?
me you're looking for?
He was known for the belly rubbing songs of the 80s. He was it. Started out with the Commodores and went on to be on his own. Lionel Richie. Oh, I'll leave that one alone.
We can't say that. Chris, you were wrong.
Shame, shame.
True, but wrong.
1986.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't tell him then from now.
No.
drastic change in his leading lady.
Yeah, no, we showed that
Kelly
on
McGillis,
her
yeah.
not too long
But
ago.
she said, I quit Hollywood and I don't want to do it, and I love Little Debbie snack cakes and I'm happy.
Hey, I mean, I'm with you on that.
Because I've had a few Little Debbies myself. I am not what I used to be.
Yeah, you can't.
I ain't rubbing mine.
You can't keep this up like that if you don't eat a Little Debbie.
Back in '87, I never watched this show. I know it was big. I could see the garage door open and I would go on. '87, Hill Street Blues had their final show. That was a big TV police show. Give Me a Break came to an end on this day back in '87. If y'all remember that TV show, that went away also. And then this guy would pass away.
Oh, the Mr. Brady.
Yeah. He passed away. Robert Reed passed in '92. That was his 70s.
You got that big old collar overflow. You could just about get going real fast and that sucker would take off.
It would. Everybody had those back in the day, didn't they? The final episode of The Wonder. I never watched this show either.
Well, here you go again, telling our age. They didn't come out when we were watching.
Oh, that's right.
Shows.
I was married, gone.
My kids watched.
I was working overnights in radio then. Didn't have time for none of that. Let's see, this was a good movie.
Yes, it was.
And if you've never watched it, Bruce Willis, early in his career, Pulp Fiction.
Go back and watch that.
He was John Travolta. Man.
That's a good one.
It was. Her voice was...
I just couldn't watch this one here.
You're supposed to do Mr. Sheffield in that voice. She had legs.
Yeah.
The Nanny, the final episode aired some 26 years ago. There's a whole generation that has never seen that now. Maybe two.
I don't know what if she does anything now. I hadn't seen. I hadn't heard her in anything.
You can't miss that voice.
How many seasons was that? Was it more than one?
Yeah. She was on for probably 8-10 years. It was long, and her mama with the big hair.
Wow.
They were they were Italian, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I could see that.
Sicily, and it seemed like they brought it up. Fran,
over there.
That was her name, Fran.
Fran, yeah.
But in the end, she did get Mr. Sheffield. They married, and the butler ran off with the woman, Cece. I think that was her name, Cece.
You know an awful lot about this show.
Well, I had to watch it once or twice while I was sick.
Oh, that's because didn't have nothing else. It wasn't like nowadays you had a choice. You had 3 channels and that was on one of them.
We'll be right back.
Celebrating our 7-year anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to bring you the beautiful colors of spring to your home. So many bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, and other plants that will bring on the colors of spring. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts in the shop. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a Z71 2500 HD? Or maybe you're looking for the Ford F-150 with lots of leg room in it. Plenty of SUVs like the Explorer for the family. Or if you're looking for a gas saver to go back and forth to work, come by and see the mini cars like this Nissan.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
There. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And of course, get your birthdays to us. We'll be doing those in just a few moments there.
Yeah, we got that. We got to go to the correction department. Can you believe that?
Us? What did we say that was wrong?
I messed up.
What'd you mess up on?
On toys, games, and yo-yos.
Oh, it's toys, guns.
No.
No?
It stands for Tomlinson, Goslin, and Young. The 3 owners of TG&Y.
Well, they sure faked it all those years, and everybody thought what you said.
I wouldn't have changed it neither.
I really thought the other was correct. I've heard that all my life.
Yeah, so...
Please don't tell me Howard Brothers meant something else.
Hey, no, I liked Howard Brothers, too.
That's part of the Duck Dynasty era. One of them's wife's family owned it. Which one? Jace?
No,
Jace?
It's not Jace. It's the other one, I believe. The one that kind of runs everything.
Yeah, him.
I think it's his wife was the Howards, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Good store. Could still be making a run for Walmart.
Well, it was right where Harbor Freight is now.
And then they moved out to Highway 493 where Peavy's is.
Didn't know that.
And Roses moved in where it was over where Harbor Freight's at, somewhere right around there. Now, not the Roses that we got at College Park. This is it was a department store.
And didn't Gibson's end up there one time?
Gibson's was over. Now that was Gaylord's that's over there.
Where Kmart was.
Where Kmart was.
Where we've got Outback Steakhouse now.
Yep, and that big parking lot. Gibson's was up on top of the hill beside Dairy Queen in that big shopping center. And then it went to Cowboy Maloney's.
Now that was Kroger, where the police department is. That was a food store. That was Kroger.
By Dairy Queen. You know where
Eastgate Plaza?
Yeah. You know where in the same big parking lot as the steakhouse up there.
TG&Y was Broadmoor Mart.
Well, it was the main one. TG&Y was at College Park. I think they did have one there at Broadmoor Mart.
Yeah, I know they had that big one at College Park. I remember that.
Yeah.
For quite some time. It's amazing how things.
Corey, that's her. That's his wife's name, Corey. Yeah.
Our brother's Corey. Yeah. It's amazing. We should have taken pictures of the way things change every time there's a new store. You just had that timeline. Remember, Win and Meridian has a lot of that.
She has put together a huge. What do you call a composite? I guess
of pictures. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I was looking at an intersection that she had posted one day this week, and it was basically the same, but just how many years.
Simmons Wright store out. Man, now that is okay, Kim. Give me a date. I mean that store goes back to the 1800s.
I think they're open all the time now.
And do a plate line. Yeah. Man, that's a
turtles, girdles, and yo-yos.
Is what we got.
That's pretty good.
I guess it's whatever. That's what we heard. We wanted toys, games, and yo-yos.
But through the years, it's just been many different words there. As we look at this in Neshoba County, believe it or not, Odie, there was no incidents, no accident, no one hurt in this. Wow. You just can't park your Chevrolet up in the bushes there. Up in the bushes she went.
Boy, you better be glad there was some mud. That's a truck.
That's a Ford. I made a mistake on that. That's got that round oval look there. That is a Ford.
Ford for off-road domination.
There you go. It made it up in there. We also had an incident yesterday morning on Russell Mount Gilead Road. Messed that up.
Yeah. Chet, I don't think you can buff that out.
Yeah, that's going to go to that total loss pile.
Yeah.
As she slid off the road there. And we also had another wreck yesterday morning at Telephone Road, right there in the curve on Highway 11 and 80. Car rollover accident. I was walking in church for Mother's Day, and I couldn't leave to go to that. I knew it happened, but I had to stick to where I was going Mother's Day.
Yeah, you had to do what you had to do.
So we do know that happened.
One of your 40,000 reporters was on the scene.
We had a minor fender bender, and I watched as police responded to this one here. A car would park up here at the right at the church parking lot. It wasn't anything to it. It was very, very mild as to what happened there.
Talk about mild. Boy, I tell you, old Sheriff Kemp there.
What's he into?
He'll hurt your feelings. Now he's brought in green stamps.
Oh,
like we wasn't already old enough. Yeah.
Got my first bicycle there. It was orange.
You go collect, you spend money here, you get a green stamp. Save enough, you go get free stuff.
Yep, that was the day.
I mean, that's...
everybody had those little booklets, and then you got the magazine that you could go through and
had
pick
that
out.
little dial on the side of the register. For whatever you spent, boy, they'd roll that out and give you some stuff.
And they had the storefront right next to Big Star to where you could go into the S&H Green Stamp store to redeem all that.
That's right. That's right.
So
pretty cool. Somebody needs to come back with that concept. That was... You shop these stores, you get these green stamps. That's pretty cool. Well, thank you for memory lane there, Todd. We didn't have problems going all the way down before. You helped us out a little bit more.
Todd don't forget much there.
He's a book of knowledge.
Oh, without a doubt. I do not remember the A&W Drive-In on 8th Street. I remember Burger King being on, what was it, 24? Where was that at, the Burger King?
Chef, that was...
Chef.
Burger Chef. Now, Burger Chef was on 25th.
25th.
Right over there. And then you had Burger Chef in College Park. Dairy Queen's first home was 8th Street. Right there at 3800 8th Street. Quincy's Tent Shop is there now.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere.
Original Dairy Queen. Boy, that brought back another memory.
And I'd forgotten you could get dishes with those green stamps.
Yeah. You can get anything. They had all kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Oh, don't get rid of that stamp there, that stamp book, Kim.
But it's just a memory. It's not worth anything now, is it?
But unless somebody would want to buy it as a memory,
Token?
But I wouldn't get. Yeah, I'd keep it though myself.
Well, that's just a few of those things that I doubt any of that ever comes back. I just don't see it.
No, it won't. Ooh.
Yeah, that was bad there. An accident, a linebacker involved in the University of Miami. We briefly mentioned that earlier this morning. But things that come and go.
Sad.
It is. 7:52. We'll be right back. We got birthdays and a whole lot of other things to talk about before this morning is over.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt, whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. I did get reports of some gunfire out on Lakewood Street. Deputies are en route, but as I say that, it is legal to do that in the county, so it may not be anything to that. But just to let you know, that is in the works. If you see some sirens headed that way, it's police headed that way. We lost someone over the weekend in the entertainment industry, a country music artist. Anybody remember Johnny Rodriguez?
I know the name.
Thumbing my way to Mexico.
I do remember. Yeah.
Riding my thumb, and then pass me by if you're only passing through. That was another big one. Interesting about him. You've heard what's his name, David Allen Coe, talk about long before Rodriguez stole the goat, he got put in jail. Did he really steal a goat? We'll never know. But he was in jail. And supposedly him and some other teenagers were arrested for stealing a goat and cooking it and eating it. Whether or not he done that or not, we don't know. Some say that he was actually had a traffic fine that he was paying off in jail. But the interesting fact, and this is true, while he was in jail, a Texas Ranger would come in each day and Rodriguez would be back in the jail back there singing every day. Well, he got to liking it. And so when his time was up, he introduced him to a promoter that he knew. He got a gig to do a song on a stage, and as fate would happen, Tom T. Hall was passing through town, heard the song, liked him, told him he wanted to hire him, and he goes, not yet, not yet, not yet. A few months later, he called Tom T., gave him his number. He showed up in Nashville with $14. That's all he had to his name. Man. Tom T. hired him, and then he would get a record deal and become what he was today, of Johnny Rodriguez. He was very talented.
That's all.
Hey, Pass Me By If You're Only Passed Through. Big, big song. He was huge during the 70s. He was 73, passed away with hospice. And, you know, he was involved in a little controversy a few years ago where someone was breaking in his home and he fired around. They died. And it was ruled that he was in the right in the end. He was arrested initially and then cleared of all charges.
Man, that's tough.
Somebody breaking in your house, you take care of what old Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So that happened over the weekend. I went down to this big event there. The Train Museum was in full swing this weekend. A lot of people were inside taking a look at everything they had to offer there.
I mean, that is a cool place.
Miss Ann was out there selling barbecue plates. So a lot of people had fun there as well with that event.
Did you ride the little train?
They told me I was too big. I was not the jerk. He drove it, didn't he?
He drove it.
Steve Martin is what we're talking about, if you remember that from the jerk, the little train that identical train almost.
Right, cool.
Right down the street, they were having the Soule Steam Festival that went on this weekend. That was inside, so all of those events continued, even though the rain came.
November is their big one.
Yeah.
People from all over the country come and see it. Look at here.
I got to meet this little fellow this weekend. He was at the train station. Jamie Baskin. They were very, very nice folks, and I had such a pleasure meeting them.
Starting them young.
Ooh, I tell you what.
He already knew who you were. Scotty Ray!
He did know me there.
Exactly.
We had Murphy Road. This little fella, he just looks like he needs some help here. We got this. If it was found, if you're missing him in the southeast area near Murphy Road, he looks like he's got a little sad face on him there.
Somebody take me home. I want somebody to take me home.
So if you could help out that little fella there, he would greatly appreciate it. Probably a friend forever.
You just can't leave them.
No, sir. No, sir.
Give you that sad look like that.
And this fella got around a lot this weekend.
That's not a dog.
We often give you cow reports.
Just so you don't hit them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He moved around a lot there this weekend from road to road. He was last seen on Chip Pickering up Highway 45.
Well, he was just trying to make it to the Navy base. I mean,
just never know what's going to happen. I heard the Blue Angels might come.
Yeah, he just had to get a head start.
We got any birthdays this morning?
We do. Let's see. April. Wyman Ivy had a birthday Saturday with Wayne Gunner. Angie Burks and Kevin Lewis had a birthday yesterday. Scott Carpenter, Emery Wagner, and Dave Owen, 60 years old today. Y'all have a wonderful, happy birthday. And stay under an umbrella if you go outside. It's going to be a little wet today, but that's okay.
I know you
the
told
sun's
me
coming.
Amy has watched this show before, Below Deck.
Not just before, yeah. She watches it. Yeah.
He's one of the captains on there. He's revealed that he's got cancer. He's been battling cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, so good luck to him with that battle there as we look at that.
I'd like to get on one of them ships one day, but boy, when they turned around at the end of the day and said, we got our tip in. Our tip was $30,000. I said, well, if that's the tip, I can't afford the trip.
There's no telling what that trip costs, is it?
Oh, 10% is $300,000, you know. Woo. No, I ain't going to be able to do it.
I can't help
Keep
but
watching.
think if I had that kind of money, I would enjoy it in some other kind of better way.
If I had $300,000, I'll buy a boat. I'm not going to go rent one for 5 days for that much money. You know?
That's a lot there.
Man. Yeah.
So, all right there. Let's see here. As we get ready to depart, as always, we want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining us today.
We couldn't do it without y'all.
And as we leave, Odie, you got a Bible verse for us to depart with?
Good Lord brought us to, let's see, Ephesians 2 today. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance to us. You know, as I was holding little Carson yesterday, and I looked down at him, and I prayed over him, and I said, God, you know, thank you for what you've done and the plan. He's already got his plan of what he is to do in life. It was made in God's image. He has a plan for each one of us, whatever it is. But our main plan is to bring him into your heart and ask him to forgive us of our sins and make that daily walk with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It will change your life. Y'all have a wonderful day. It's just Monday, but y'all know Fun Friday will be here before you know it.
It will be.
But remember one thing, we love you. We want the best for you. Say hey to us when you see us out and about. But until then, we'll see you in the morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.